From mymodernmyth.com, polar bears seek refuge on abandoned island. From prehistoric to present, my name is Ethan. This is Creature Guide Live Daily News. Now, let's get into the animal news of the day. So, well, you look so happy. He's like, hey, Russian underwater and wildlife photographer Dmitry Koch took a trip of a lifetime to an abandoned meteorological station on Kolikin Island. This small island, located in the Chukchi Sea, is in a remote area of the Russian Arctic. While humans have long since left the area, Koch discovered that there are other creatures making themselves comfortable. Polar bears have overtaken the station, turning the old buildings into cozy homes and, from the looks of it, thriving. Okay. So, this isn't a new phenomenon on this island. This is actually located over in northeastern Russia. So, this is a map of the 19 different Arctic seas within the Arctic. And the Chukchi Sea is located between um, western Alaska and eastern Russia. And so, specifically, where Kolikin Island is, and the thing is that this is a very small island. It's not too far off the northeastern Russian mainland, but it's located right next to where the little zoom icon is. And this island is barely 2.8 miles long, so about 4.5 kilometers in length, and barely like zero point 0.9 miles in width, or a kilometer and a half or so in width. And despite this small bit of land, you have around 20 to 30 polar bears that annually congregate here. Most of them are male. Occasionally, you have some females with their cubs, and they tend to stay over on the shore, like away from the males. But for the most part, these individuals are not starving. Here, let's go. This is a natural phenomenon, and they're just simply surviving off of their fat that they obtained from the spring months. So from mid March to mid June is when they were packing on most of their body weight. Koch's photos are a welcome sight, as we're often shown images of polar bears who are struggling. Yeah, that's annoying because now if he has a muscle cancer, yeah, I mean, he definitely is struggling. But usually you're not going to find any starving polar bears because they didn't get enough to eat. Either it's just one of those few individuals that somehow didn't learn how to hunt. Maybe he lost his mother. It's very possible at a young age. But even then, in many cases, polar bears are able to um, learn how to hunt seals quite well. I mean, it can differ depending on what seal species they're going after, whether it's a ring seal, bearded seal. But here we are able to see these incredible creatures lounging on the grass or peering out from windows to see what Coke is up to. This thrilling opportunity to see the polar bears is something that Coke will not soon forget. He and his traveling companions covered over 1,200 miles of the coast in a sailboat, exploring the untouched landscape. Their their original destination to photograph polar bears, Wrangel Island, turned out to be a bust. Though the island is famous for its bears, they simply weren't there when the adventurers landed. That's interesting, considering Wrangel Island. This little white speck right here is. Wait, is that you? No. Okay, that's a larger island. I believe Wrangel Island's a bit further. It's much closer to Kalinkin Island, and it's around 2,900 square miles in size, and or around like what 4,900 kilometers and 4,900 square kilometers, and you have a massive walrus population in this area. This is home to a majority of the Pacific walrus population. It's also, in case you're wondering, the red that you're seeing along their faces and their neck is just due to blood circulation. They're not being sunburnt. And if you're enjoying the news, please give me a comment, like, and share this show with everyone you know. Now, let's get back into the news. Nature always sends you something when you least expect it. When we passed through the Kalinkin Island near the northern coast of Chukotka, we saw some movements in the windows of the abandoned houses. We got close, those were bears. Um, Never before they were seen in those buildings, So that was a once in a lifetime situation. Oh, wow. I'm guessing this is a zoom up lens. You get too close. You don't even have to get this close to a polar bear. They'll just eat you. But yeah, he seems quite well. His fur is in good condition. I wonder what time of year this is. This could be towards the early or mid fall because I wouldn't say this polar bear has a ton of weight on him left to get through some more months. But the thing is, though, he's in healthy condition. I mean, he has very good fur. Oh, oh, there's another picture. Yeah, this individual, it's okay. I think it's just nervous from the photographer. This can happen often with polar bears. I wonder if these are siblings, but a lot of the time, especially during the later summer or the fall months and when the snow starts coming in, males are very social with each other. It's actually the females that can be a lot more antisocial, especially females with cubs. They will push away other females with cubs from like a certain whale carcass. Maybe they found an area with a massive amount of berries. Males, they're quite tolerant of each other. And no, he can come out. He's not stuck. Oh, okay. Sheesh. I mean, they're just playing hide and seek. The bears seem to be thriving in an abandoned meteorological station in the Russian Arctic. Hey, say, seal. Yeah, these individuals probably weigh somewhere around 13 to 1,600 pounds. Wow, there's a group. Hmm. Yeah, these might be all males. He's he's got a bit more weight on him. Um, it's still a healthy individual. I wonder if it's the same one from that other picture. Um, I guess they're investing in oil. Oh, is there another one? Hey, like, hey, we appreciate you coming here. Yeah, these guys. Yeah, they look pretty happy. Koch's group happened to pass by the location, Kaliokan Island, when they noticed the population of polar bears. Now, during this time of year, you can have it where animals like specifically the polar bears will be preying on the walrus, but it's a very small part of their diet. Might have certain populations that have more access to walruses and others that will prey on the walrus pups at this point. I guess you could say calves because of the size of walrus. They can get to around 3,000 pounds. Some cases actually a bit larger. But the thing is that they're not really ever going after the males, even big females. They tend to just stay on the pups or maybe just a very weak or heavily injured female. Okay, so no, oh, these are really good pictures. You don't get these very often, and everybody here is healthy. Oh, did I mention the walrus population on the island itself? There are around 4 to 5,000 walrus. So despite this island being incredibly small, it hosts quite a large walrus population. And wow, that looks concerning. Oh, hopefully, he didn't eat one of the crew. Oh, wait a second. Here's the thing. There's an abandoned ship in this area. Okay, maybe he did. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm full. I'm just gonna wait. Yeah, this guy definitely has some weight on him. Oh yeah, there's more in the corner. This one's just sleeping. Now, the thing is that when it comes to these polar bears over in the Chukchi Sea, it's a bit of a debate at the moment as to how many there are because we haven't had a survey like over like the estimate of this region since 2018. And at the time, also these individuals will travel from the Chukchi Sea to the more southern Bering Sea, as well as different areas of the southern Beaufort Sea above Alaska, and even the Laptev Sea above northern central Russia. But somewhere between 2 to 5,000 polar bears. But that also was like some around 7 years ago. And that's specifically the Chukchi Sea population. All of these other seas do have distinct polar bear populations, and they will move from one sea to another. It is estimated there could be somewhere between 35,000 to 40,000 polar bears total, and that number is increasing. And during, I think it was the 2010s, you had it where there was actually a massive, like a bit of a more rapid rate of like sea ice loss during the summer, but not necessarily like the whole sea ice extent by early March. So from like I think earlier mid November, it was about the same since the 70s, and same occurrence for many of these seas. But it's just that during the summer it was a bit quicker. Polar bear reproductive rate and the body condition increased with that sea ice loss, which is interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's also skyrocketed in different regions. Now, the thing is that we've already hit that predicted 2050 sea ice loss extent already in 2006, and the polar bears were still increasing like back in 2006, and there were only like somewhere around 15 to 20,000 polar bears at that time. Um, I don't think so. I don't think there's also been that mass much of a sea loss since then. Okay, well, it's good to see that. Oh, by the way, um, there are bearded seals that venture into the region. I mean, bearded seals pretty much cover the Arctic. There's somewhere around 800,000 to a million bearded seals, and these animals reach somewhere around 6 to 800 pounds, and they're one of the polar bears' favorite food sources, probably second to the ring seals. And then you have the little Arctic guillemots, which do nest in these regions, more the rocky areas. So these guys get to about like 2 to 3 pounds. They're pretty small birds, but you can see them in the flocks of like tens of thousands. And yes, there are Arctic fox on the island, probably scavenging from polar bears, also feeding on the berries as well. But it's unknown how many there are, which is interesting considering how small the island is. So, from let me know what your favorite Arctic animal is in the comments. And from prehistoric to present, my name is Ethan. This is Creature Guide Live Daily News. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you love talking about animals, and share this show with everyone you know, because nothing is better than all animals all the time.